Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Johnny Blues, and with this video, I want to talk about these two teaser trailers you might have seen released this past week if you happen to be subscribed to GitS channel on YouTube, the official Ghost in the Shell channel for all things Arise, even though it's pretty much been wrapped. We've found out through this channel and announcements via it and trailers and such that there's going to be a full-length anime feature film following up on the 4-part OVA that makes up Arise, coming out this summer tentatively. I don't know if there's been an official announcement of a release date, but summer 2015, we're going to be having a follow-up movie to the 4-part OVA Arise, and I couldn't be more excited about that, as I've already talked about in a previous video. In this particular case, we're talking about these two teaser trailers that are basically precursors and previews for the first official televising of the 4-part OVA Arise, and there's some interesting terminology going on surrounding this. They're talking about, it's a recompiling of those 4 episodes of Arise, whatever that means. I don't know if it's going to be kind of like the follow-up releases to the standalone complex first and second season. There were 2 DVDs, The Laughing Man and then the individual 11, where they condensed them down into OVAs, essentially. They took out all the singular episode information, added a few animated scenes here and there in between the story to make it just sort of, wholly the over-arc of those series in one DVD release. I don't know if it's going to be something like that, or actually reconfiguring and re-editing the OVAs or anything like that, if they're even going to retouch them at all. But what these previews also tell us is that it's being called essentially Ghost in the Shell Arise Alternative Architecture. And the idea of alternative architecture, what exactly does that entail? What we've basically been told is that there are going to be 2 new episodes building off of Arise to create a bridge between Arise and the movie coming out this summer. And I just am so excited about that. Tao Bukata, who is the writer of the series, has been talking about wanting to really sort of make this, new incarnation, the Arise incarnation of Ghost in the Shell, something to live up to Shiro Masamune's original works and everything. He wants to, leave his stamp on the Ghost in the Shell world with this particular work, and that's what he's striving for. Essentially, we're also seeing Kazuchika Kisei, the director, still sticking with it, obviously. But I find it really interesting that there's going to be 2 extra episodes. I don't know if these are going to be the full hour length, the same of, the 4 OVAs themselves. And only the first 2 of which have actually been released in North America as of the time of this recording. I actually have them right here. Love them. I can't wait until we see Funimation release the 3rd and 4th parts, respectively, and these new episodes, whenever that's going to be. It's probably a long way off now. But I loved the voice cast, the English dub voice cast, because they paid homage to my favorite incarnation of Ghost in the Shell, standalone complex, by having Mary McGlynn appear as a voice, essentially, of Motoko Kusanagi's, the modern incarnation of Motoko Kusanagi, and the modern voice actress, as her boss, sort of passing the torch in the first border of Ghost in the Shell Arise. And this just sounds freaking awesome. I like that. I guess, I don't know if they're going for more clarification to bridge the gap between Arise and the film, whatever the film is going to be. Some people are speculating it's going to be kind of a remake of the original Ghost in the Shell film. Maybe so. I have no idea. And things have not, shaped up predictably, you could say, with the Arise OVAs as far as the history we know and have become familiar with Ghost in the Shell. And for me, I know there are a lot of people that have issues with that and take issue with it, but for me, I've been really excited. There are many incarnations of Ghost in the Shell, from the original manga, of course, to light novels and novelizations. You have standalone complex, the full 2 seasons of the anime series. Then you have a follow-up movie to that, Solid State Society. You have the original Ghost in the Shell films, the first one, and then Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence. They've even re-released the first film as 2.0, which I don't really care for. And now Arise, and it's just like so awesome. And of course, there's the potentially live action starring Scarlett Johansson movie coming and everything like that. But this is where it's at. The anime and building off of Arise, I was really thrilled watching the first two Borders, and I can't wait to see the third and fourth, as I say. And I'm really curious to see what they're going to be doing with these two extra brand new episodes that are meant to tie in, create that bridge between the 4-part OVA and this new feature film. And so, yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below. If you're a Ghost in the Shell fan, are you mad, ripped, and excited like I am for this information? That's pretty much been coming out. I will leave articles down in the description below, which features not only the previews themselves, but some, premiere poster imagery building up to these two new episodes, building off, as I say, from Arise and creating that gap between Arise and this film. If you check out my previous video talking about the film itself, there was a brand new poster for that as well, and official websites galore, all of that stuff in the description. And so, yeah, I'd love to hear from you what you think of all this, and hope this video finds you well. I'll catch you all later. Peace.